They're cutting more than 19,000 jobs in Oklahoma since December of 2008. Our state's manufacturing sector is hoping for a better 2010. Joining me now with some insight into what the new year could hold for manufacturing jobs here in the state is Megan Williams, Associate Economist at the Oklahoma City branch of the Federal Reserve Bank. Now, each month you do a manufacturer survey. What have the latest ones shown?
Well, the survey that we're speaking of would be December. Our latest results came out late December of last year, 2009. We did see some slowing in the recovery. I should mention that in November we had a really strong rebound. We saw some declining results all throughout the summer and the early fall, and we saw a really strong rebound in November. December slowed a little bit. We were still expanding. Orders were still being placed, but that pace of expansion just slowed a little bit. And we're really attributing that to just customers still a little bit uncertain about what's going on in the economy still, not wanting to just send in a whole bunch of new orders or anything like that. They're just still being a little bit cautious.
Certainly. What about jobs, though? Are we seeing any expansion there, or is it still being quite slow?
Not really. And a lot of people have billed this as the jobless recovery, and that's really proving to be pretty much true, particularly in manufacturing. We had a lot of layoffs early this year, even into the summer and early fall. And we're not seeing those layoffs right now, but we're not seeing a huge pickup in hirings so far.
Yeah. Hearing a lot of complaints about just the lack of commercial credit. Is that impacting expansion or borrowing and then expansion?
Well, in some industries more than others. I think that from what we're hearing from our contacts and some of our surveys is that the construction and land development, as well as any type of commercial real estate activity, is being slightly impacted. They're reporting that they haven't been able to access credit. They've had just kind of difficulties obtaining financing, and we're hearing various reasons for that. A lot of that is due to some, bankers are saying the regulations. There's only so much that they can do. And again, I think we just need a little bit more time to get that back on track.
Now, it sounds as if the really bad news is stemmed. Is there any good news out on the horizon?
There is, actually. We're seeing, at least in the last couple of surveys, the exports have really picked up quite a bit. And a lot of that, at least from the data that we're looking at, is due to high foreign demand in agriculture. The agriculture products are really picking up. Even the last couple of months, they've picked up quite strongly. There's some other products that our region manufactures that are picking up, such as aircraft and things like that. But we're seeing a lot of demand from foreign countries right now, which is definitely helping.
Megan, how important are exports to our regional economy?
Well, I think when you look at the trade deficit, the way it stands right now, exports are really important to getting that deficit down, and they're also a big stimulant to our economy. If we're getting demand from foreign countries, again, that just stimulates production and new orders and things like that.
And historically, agriculture has been the one bright side when it comes to the trade deficit.
That's correct. Some of the underdeveloped countries are kind of becoming more and more developed, such as China and India and some other places, and they're starting to demand more agriculture products, such as meat and other poultry and other types of meat products, which it fares very well for our region.
So it sounds as if any type of rural economy would probably try to focus on the future of exports.
I think that as much as our local producers can try to get a foothold in some of those foreign countries and try to sell and get some of that foreign business, then that would be a benefit to the local economy, is for sure.
All right, well, we certainly appreciate your insights. Now, if you'd like to see more on our economy, we do have a full interview with the Federal Reserve's Chad Wilkerson on our website in our value-added section.